One final home meet in this unforgettable inaugural season of Clemson gymnastics as the Air Force Academy lands in Littlejohn Coliseum for a Friday night dual meet on the ACC Network Extra. We are so happy to be with you alongside the former Auburn gymnast Toy Garcia. I'm Daniel Gilman. And well, Toy, senior night for the Tigers. Do you still remember yours?
I do. It was a long time ago, but I remember it like it was yesterday. I mean, it's an emotional night for the girls, but it's also very exciting. It's a time for them to reflect on their time at the university and as a gymnast.
Well, just one graduating senior here in year one. We'll see Caitlin de Guzman a little later on as we take a look at the matchup. And, well, Clemson coming off of a second-place finish to the #1 team in the nation in Oklahoma last weekend in Texas, and a real chance to measure up against the Sooners.
They're looking to carry that momentum and energy over from competing against the #1 team in the nation.
On the other side of things, Air Force had a crazy weekend. They hosted their senior night tri-meet on Friday and then went to #11 Denver in a quad meet on Sunday. So head coach Jennifer Green just happy that her Falcons are healthier and ready to roll as we get ready for the vault for Clemson. And I want to take a look at a couple of our key players today for the Air Force Falcons. They have a freshman who is an all-around talent in Maggie Slife, 4-time Mountain West Gymnast of the Week.
Yeah, you know, Air Force is something to talk about. They've battled a lot of injuries and illnesses, but they're coming here and they're going to continue to move forward with the momentum that they got from last week, soak in this ACC atmosphere and show everybody what they have.
Well, we'll talk a little bit about Clemson when we come back. A delay as the vault will come up next.
Resilient and fierce. We're coming in hot, and we're so excited to showcase what we've been working on. Our first meet, you could really feel the fans into it. To have that fan support right off the bat is amazing. We could really feel it down there while we were competing, and hopefully we can continue to build that.
Our first meet in Littlejohn was insane. The crowd, the 8,000 people that came out, I just cannot believe that many people came, and we appreciate everyone's support so much.
Being a part of the first ever gymnastics at Clemson means the whole world to me, and being a part of this team is something that I've dreamed of.
The level of support and just how special the people here in the athletic department in Clemson in general, it's like nowhere I've ever been. And I'm just so grateful to be here and be given the opportunity.
Nearly 2 months removed from that unforgettable night, and well, Toy, you were on the call. What was the atmosphere like?
The atmosphere was absolutely palpable in here. The Clemson family and fans really came and showed out. They were super excited for the first meet of the year, and the gymnasts really felt that.
You can see the stat, 196.325. Let's go ahead and go back in time. June 2021, the announcement, and then you get Coach Smith, a huge grab from Utah State. And here we sit. Coach Smith could not believe that we were already in the final home meet of the season.
After a year off, these girls came back like they never missed a beat.
Well, we've got rotation 2 coming up next here on the ACC Network Extra. Stick with us for more palpable action. Concert breaks out here at Littlejohn Coliseum as you see Rebecca Wells get set. She had the top score you can reach with the Yurchenko full with a 9.9 as Clemson puts together a respectable 49.175. What was your routine that was your bread and butter? Were you a vault girl?
I was a vault girl. I was a vault and floor girl, and I competed at Yurchenko full on vault. Never had a 10. But back then,
oh, you could.
The Yurchenko full did start at a 10. So that was a recent change within the past couple of years.
Meanwhile, we throw things over to the vault where junior Ayla McKean, she has not competed in the vault this season. Second team all-conference a year ago in the bars. So we'll see how that can translate over to vault here, competing all around for the first time this year.
Yurchenko full. A little bit pikey on that landing. Does take a fairly large hop back. So that'll be a couple 10 deduction there. Let's take another look here. Judges are looking for good entry onto the table, height off the table, and good distance, which she did all of those things, just took that fairly large hop back.
And now over to Rebecca Wells. She was a preseason All-ACC honoree and has certainly shined in this moment, coming off of a 9.875 last weekend.
She is a stud on this event, never misses a beat. You can see there, nice connection, major release into an overshoot to the low bar. Nice handstand right on top of the bar, gearing up for her dismount. With accelerated giants, it's a full twisting double back. Does look like she peeled off the bar a little bit early. Landed with her chest down, did have to take a hop forward. Let's take another look at her huge reverse tech, also known as a Tkachev, into a immediate overshoot. And then again on her dismount, like I mentioned, looked like she released just a little bit early, didn't get her toes all the way up before she completely released. Took a hop forward.
Five-time all-around champ this season. In fact, the only Tiger to win the all-around event. As Wells comes off of that career high on bars down in Denton, Texas. And we get ready for Gabriella Hartley, the sophomore from Florida. Had a tough outing in Denver on Sunday, a 9.60 on vault, and she'll look to resurrect things here down back a little bit closer to home. Meanwhile, you see the vault score come in, and McKean with a 9.625 that Air Force will look to bump.
Yurchenko full, it was tucked. A little flat coming off of the table, didn't get a lot of pop. That's because her shoulders were closed on the table. We'll take another look here. Round up back handspring. You can see her shoulders were a little closed on the table, arms were bent, so she did not get that amplitude she needed off the table.
Over to Eve Jackson, Utah State transfer with a 9.90 a couple weeks ago here at home against UNC. Wells 9.775 has come in.
So far, so good from Clemson. Major release into a high to low bar overshoot. Nice handstand right on top of the bar. Only thing left here is the dismount. Looking for a stuck landing, full twisting double back, and she made sure she got that stuck landing. Fidgeted a little bit with her feet. Be interested to see how much the judges take off for that. Huge major release. That was a Jaeger into an immediate overshoot. Good connection there. And then again, full twisting double back. And she was sure that she was gonna get that stuck landing.
Oh, and the ambush student section begging for a 10 after a tremendous stick by Jackson. Of course, everyone begs for a 10 on every rotation, but for those that haven't tuned in, Clemson still seeking that first perfect 10 here in their inaugural season as Jennifer Green, in her third season at the helm, spent 6 years as the head coach of Iowa before going back to where she was raised in Colorado Springs, the daughter of a lifelong Army dad. Talk about someone who brings energy to a conversation, Toy. She was fun to talk to.
She was a hoot. We had a great time chatting with her before the meet. Gave us a lot of really good info about her athletes.
And so she told us Clara Wallace was going to lead off every single rotation. Instead, she will go third here, the freshman from Missouri.
And she looks cool like a cucumber. Ice water running through her veins. She is such a calm gymnast. Yurchenko layout full. A little bit pikey throughout the air on that layout. Does take a hop, and then it looks like an additional step out of that. Let's take another look here. Rounded back handspring onto the table. Good exit off of the table, but does pike down just a little bit, which is why she had to take that hop back.
And so we get to see Lily Lippett for the first time, the redshirt freshman from Ohio, who is trying to replace a 9.90 that she started the season with, as you see the career high of Eve Jackson's 9.90 come in.
Love watching Lippett on bars. She has such pretty lines. So you can see here, she finishes that handstand right on top of the bar. Giant full into a double tuck dismount, sticks that landing. It makes it look so easy. The crowd goes wild. Will it be a 10, Daniel?
Lippett brings the energy, doesn't she? A preseason All-ACC freshman team member.
Excellent handstand there. I mean, she was right on top of the bar. And the student section behind us is begging for a 10. Be interested to see what that score will be.
I mean, this is their last chance. They have sold out Little John in now 4 straight meets. As the vault score comes in for Clara Wallace at a 9.65. Reminder, Air Force, maybe in a different tier of Clemson, seeking different situations as Gabrielle Mecha, the junior from California, runs.
Yurchenko layout full, doesn't completely finish that twist or the flip. She landed with her chest down, had to take that step forward. If you have to take a step, you want it to be backwards, showing that you have a little bit of control.
Mecha wants to be a fighter pilot alongside her teammate in Slife as the senior honored. Here's her lone run, Caitlin de Guzman, the transfer from Kentucky.
Mounting from in between the bars.
Lippett's score comes in 9.850.
Beautiful connection there. That was a straddle Jaeger into an immediate overshoot down to the low bar. Just looking for a solid stick. Double layout. Oh my goodness. Sticks that landing, beautifully done. Super hard skill to stick.
And what a way to cap off an incredible season. The last commit to Team 1 here on senior night.
Really good bar performance from Guzman. Double layout there. Sticks that no problem. Love that she stuck with her ankles together. That is so hard to do.
Now her career high is 9.925 back in Kentucky. Might she be able to match that? 9.90 is her season high as we take a look at Mecha with a 9.60 is Air Force struggling a bit on vault here. Let's see. Sarah Willis, she goes by Gracie, another Midwest kid out to Air Force.
Yurchenko layout full. Another one. Looked like she was a little bit far back on the vault table. We'll take another look here. Judges are looking for these girls that have a perfect placement right in the middle of the vault. And you can see there she was a little bit further back on the table. Didn't get that amplitude or that pop that she needed, which is why she landed with her chest down there.
And so we are excited to announce that Lauren Rutherford has been cleared to return to the meet after a warm-up injury, and so the junior, who has been battling a bit of illnesses over the past few weeks, will compete here on bars.
Nice handstand there, right on top of the bar. Good major release. That's a reverse hacked. Another good handstand. She moves down to the low bar. So far, so good. No major deductions here. Looking for a stick on the dismount. Double layout. Doesn't quite get that stick. Does take a hop back, but nicely done. Really pretty bar performance.
The NC State transfer. I'm sure she's just happy to be competing after a scare earlier.
Double layout there. A little bit of a leg separation in between those two flips, but finishes strongly.
So rounding things out for Air Force as we see the update from Sarah Willis, and it is an event high for Air Force, a 9.775. But this is the show right here. Maggie Slife had a 9.85 last weekend on vault.
Yurchenko, 1.5. Wow, love that she finished with her chest completely straight up and down on a blind landing nonetheless. Very hard to do because you can't see the floor when you're landing. So that'll be a 10-0 start. Let's take another look here. Good round off. Back handspring onto the table, then again another layout. 1.5. Nicely done.
So sixth and final for Clemson. Now their low score is a 9.775. Still waiting on Rutherford's as Trinity Webb, the freshman from Missouri, has a career high of 9.825. Let's see if she can top that.
Coach Smith said that Webb is just a pleasure to coach. She is a fun athlete to coach.
Well, here's the score for Rutherford. It's a 9.825, so a little higher than Wells. 9.775, the number to beat here.
Beautiful double layout dismount. One thing I noticed in particular is that her ankles were absolutely glued together in that double flip. Take another look at her major release. That's a Chapache. And to an immediate pack salto. Excellent combo there. And then that double layout, nice body shape, ankles 100% together, and she just eases right into that stuck landing.
Air Force without anyone left to exhibition as we get the vault update on Slife, and it's a 9.850. So the Academy with a 97.525. Meanwhile, Clemson with a couple freshmen to follow. Dakota Berry on exhibition, and the redshirt sophomore Trinity Brown as well. We'll go give it a run on bars here. But those scores are locked in through two rotations. Clemson with a comfortable lead.
I want to reiterate how important exhibitions are for these athletes. You never know when you might be tossed into the lineup, so you always have to stay prepared.
Here's Trinity Brown, another Utah State transfer. A couple weeks ago at home, and 9.85 here on bars. Meanwhile, how about Trinity Webb? The freshman is able to reach a new career high. And a full point lead, not something you see often at this level.
Nice performance. Let's take another look at her dismount here. Double layout, minor leg separation there, but shows a lot of control even with that step back.
So that'll be it. The only exhibition for Clemson. We're told there might be one more on bars. It looks like it will be Dakota Berry, the freshman from California. A chance here on the final home meet. She has not competed officially this season, but an opportunity for the youngster.
Always good experience, good exposure for these girls. Especially the last home meet gives her a chance to feel extra comfortable. Mounting from in between the bars. Good handstand there. Major release is a Chapache. To immediate pack salto. Love the difficulty these girls are showing here on bars. Gearing up for the dismount. Double layout. A little bit squirrely on that landing. Looks like one foot was actually behind the other, but she finishes just fine. Nice Shaposh major release into an immediate pack salto. Good bonus points there. And then again, her dismount, double layout. A little bit squirrely on that landing, but I am sure she is happy with that performance.
And so we are through 2 rotations. Clemson has a lead of over 1 full point, which is certainly a comfortable one as the Tigers seek that score of 197. We will come back and get ready for some of the most exciting action you will see. Floor coming up for Air Force, balance beam for Clemson next. Military Appreciation Night here inside Little John Coliseum, and everybody getting up and on their feet as we sit here through 2 rotations alongside the former Auburn gymnast Toy Garcia. I'm Daniel Gilman, so happy to be with you. And well, Toy, we have certainly seen some exciting 990s, a couple bids at 10s, but nothing quite yet. What individual routines have stood out to you?
Yeah, Sly from Air Force in particular, she's been really exceptional. She's been the standout there. She, like we mentioned in the break, she's on pace to be an all-around winner. And then Clemson, Webb. She just got her first 9.9. That's a career high. She earned that anchor spot as a freshman. That's super impressive.
Yep, Trinity Webb cleans it up on bars. And we move on over to the beam and floor rotations as we take a look at some of the highlights. And we get things started on beam for Clemson here with Lily Lippett, who has been named ACC Specialist of the Week twice.
Nice front aerial to a back handspring splashdown. Good connection. That'll serve as her acro connection. Every gymnast is required to have one of those. A lot of NCAA gymnasts will perform a back handspring step out to a layout step out. He did something a little bit different. A lot would argue that beam is the most challenging event. And then others would say it's their favorite. Required full turn there. It looks much easier than it actually is. Every gymnast is required to have that in their beam routine. A minute and a half is all you have to complete your full beam routine with every required element. Otherwise, you will get a deduction. And the dismount here, a full off the front of the beam, lands with her chest down ever so slightly, so just take a step forward, but a very clean start off.
And you know, Lippett and Smith were talking about last weekend in Texas. It was a disappointing 9.725, but Coach Smith said it was one of her best beam routines of the season, so sometimes the judges can certainly play an impact.
That's absolutely right, and a lot of times coaches will tell their athletes, hey, it's not about the score, it's about the performance, because what you might get on the West Coast is totally different on the East Coast, and you could perform the exact same routine.
So now we get ready for the floor, and it is Clara Wallace. It was a career high of 9.85 on the floor exercise.
Floor was my favorite event to perform as a gymnast. I love how it engages the crowd. It gives you an opportunity to really show off personality. Starts off strong there with a front layout to a 1.5 twist. That will be her double acro. Every gymnast is required to have a double acro in their floor routine. Second pass here. Front 1.5 twist, nicely done. You'll notice she took a step back. That will not be a deduction. The gymnasts are allowed to take a step back without any deductions. Unlike beam, bars, or vault, where they're looking for those stuck landings, a lunge out of any skill is A-okay. Gearing up for her last and final pass here. So 1.5 to a front layout. Handles that with no problems. Nicely done. Good start for Air Force.
And Lippett's bean score comes in at 9.85 as we take a look at the beginning of the Wallace run.
First pass here, front layout to immediate 1.5 twist. Saw a little bit of a leg separation there in that layout. And then her last pass here, 1.5 to front layout.
And over to Bree Clark, the sophomore from Alabama. ACC Specialist of the Week last month, and one of those Utah State transfers who followed Coach Smith.
So hard to do. I love watching her perform that. That is a standing front tuck into an immediate straddle jump. A lot of gymnasts will run into a punch front. She did it standing. Solid on that back handspring step out to a layout step out. There's that required full turn. Straddle jump to a straddle quarter. Also serve as her double leap series. Every athlete is required to have that. And then here's the dismount, front full off the front of the beam, sticks that landing. Absolutely solid.
And a 9.90 is the career high set at UNC a couple weeks ago.
And there's that impressive front tuck from a standing position to an immediate straddle jump. And then that stuck landing. Excellent job.
Still waiting on the score from Clara Wallace as Ayla McKean gets set. And a 9.8 on floor at Denver on Sunday. And now we do have Wallace's score to kick things off with a 9.65 for Air Force.
First pass here. Front full to an immediate front layout. Double acro there. Teammates on the side dancing with her and cheering along. That's all a part of it. And like I mentioned earlier, these judges aren't just looking for good gymnastics. They want to see these girls having fun, and she is having fun. She's smiling, showing off some cool dance moves.
And how about this? A new career high for Bree Clark, a 9.925 on beam.
Double pike. You can see she has a 4-incher on the floor. That is okay, no deductions there. Athletes are allowed to have that. And this particular gymnast only did 2 passes. That's also allowed. As long as you have all the requirements and within those 2 passes, from beginning dance move to end, that is acceptable. Let's take another look here at her first pass. It's a front full to an immediate front layout, double acro. And then her last pass, that pike double back. Nice finish.
So McKean, who is competing as an all-around, now leads us to Eve Jackson, who had a 39.2 on all-around last weekend, but a 9.675, so she'll look to improve on beam.
Eve performs a triple series, if I'm not mistaken. We'll see here, back handspring layout to an immediate layout. So that was 3 acro skills back-to-back. Back handspring step out to a layout step out to another layout step out. We don't see a lot of double, triple series like that. And so when gymnasts perform, they are rewarded for it. Only thing left should be the dismount. It's a round off, 1.5 twist. does take that small hop forward, but jam-packed with difficulty there. Love to see that. Love to see athletes take a chance. Take another look here at her triple series. It's a back handspring step out to a layout step out to another layout step out. She is right on top of the beam. Absolutely no issues with that. And then her dismount had a little bit too much juice there. Had to take that hop forward.
So over to floor we go after Jackson's run on the beam, and it's Gracie Willis, sophomore from Illinois, who had a career high on Friday at home of a 9.825 on floor.
First pass, double tuck. Wow, showing a lot of control in that landing there. Judges love to see that.
Meanwhile, McKean's score has come in with a 9.775.
Gearing up for the second pass here. Front layout to immediate front full. Doesn't complete that flip. You can see she landed short, ran out of it. She tried to save it, couldn't do it. That's 5/10 deduction there. Every fall's at least 5/10. So she will not get credit for that double salto. Also getting a 5/10 deduction. Last pass here. Let's see if she'll make that double salto good. She does not, but does finish with a nice double pike.
Score of each Jackson has come in with a 9.675, so that's a score that Clemson will try to eliminate. As Willis finishes her floor routine. Air Force will finish off their season Sunday at Minnesota. One last chance for these Falcons before the Mountain West Championship as we take a look at the first pass.
First pass here. Really nice double tuck. Love how she showed complete control in that landing. And then this last pass here. Double pike. Lands back on her feet after that missed double salto middle pass.
And now this should be a sight to behold. Rebecca Wells, who had a 9.95 at NC State on February 17th. Look at that NQS.
Required full turn there, no problem. Should be the leap series here, switch leg leap. Into a nice split 3/4. Needs to complete the double acro. Here it is right here. Back handspring step out to a layout step out. Solid, right on top of the beam. I love when these gymnasts show complete control on an apparatus that is so difficult to even stand on. And I want to remind our viewers, the beam is 4 feet tall, 4 inches wide. Finishes strongly with a round-off double twist. Another hard skill to compete, and she handles it with ease. Take another look at this double leap series. Nicely done, right on top of the beam. And then again on her double acro, back handspring step out to a layout step out. No form breaks there. Round off double twisting layout. Interested to see if she'll get that stuck landing. I saw a little bit of a shuffle of the feet, but that's just me being picky.
Oh, I'm pretty sure the judges saw it as well. Nevertheless, Clemson with a comfortable lead, but they are seeking more than just the dual meet win. They want to find themselves in an NQS to bump them into the top 25 as they sit at 29th, and Gianna Martina making her first appearance here tonight, the sophomore from Colorado with a 9.85 last weekend, her career high on floor. And we were told that Gianna is one of the quietest players on this team, but her personality really shows on this floor routine as you see Willis and an 8-9 come in after the fall. So let's see how Gigi, as her coach calls her fondly, shows that personality now. And there's the skipper, and there is no personality lost with Jennifer Green.
Starting down on the floor, preparing for her first tumbling pass. First pass here. Round off back handspring, double tuck. Nicely done, good control there. You can see the excitement in her face. Big smile there. Engaging her teammates. Cheering her on from the sideline. Second pass here. Front layout to a front full double acro, nicely done. A little bit of a dance break here.
Wait till you hear this roar for Wells' score. And it's about to come in, a 9.95 for Rebecca Wells, tying her career high.
Last and final pass from Air Force. Nicely done, front handspring. 1.5 to immediate straddle jump.
That was a really, really impressive floor routine.
Let's take another look here. First pass, double tuck. And then take another look here at her final. It's a front handspring, just running into a front layout 1.5 into an immediate straddle jump.
Your excuse.
And finishes strongly. Thank you so much, Daniel.
Now over to Keelan McCright in her first routine here tonight. Sophomore from Florida, coming off of a 9.5 in Texas, but we were here 2 weeks ago, a 9.90 on beam.
She is so solid on this event. It's like she belongs on the balance beam. So poised, so confident. On an event that is very scary for a lot of people, including a lot of gymnasts.
And non-gymnasts.
And non-gymnasts. Like I mentioned earlier, it's only 4 inches wide. It might look bigger, but it's not.
One of the Utah State transfers, able to keep her balance.
Beautiful job there. Side aerial to immediate split jump. And the dismount is the only thing left here. It'll be a gainer full off the side of the beam. Doesn't get that stuck landing. That would have been a nearly perfect routine had she stuck that landing, but did take that step back. Should only be about a 10th or 2, so should still see a very good score. Nice side aerial into immediate split jump. And dismount, gainer full off the side of the beam. Doesn't get that stuck landing. Moves that right foot back just ever so slightly.
And the score has come in for Gigi Martina, 9.85 on floor for Air Force. And Gabriella Mecha, junior, who is headed to be a fighter pilot. We were told this is a special floor routine. Penultimate here for Air Force.
First pass. 2.5, wow, she flies out of it. Looks like she could have done another flip out of that. This is definitely a crowd-pleasing performance with a little bit of hip-hop music there. Having a lot of fun with her dance.
See her coach over on the left.
I love this.
She just says, look at me now.
Gearing up for the final pass here. Last pass, 1.5 front layout. Absolutely kills it.
Here's McCreitz, 9.85 come in. Strong showing. That is her second best score of the season for the redshirt sophomore as we take a replay look at the first pass.
First pass, huge double flip. Double twist, excuse me, 2.5 twist, just flies out of it. Looks like she could have done another flip after that. And then the last pass here, it's a 1.5 to a front layout. What a fun performance.
And the reaction as well. We're gonna have a great battle for the all-around champ here between Wells and Slife. Slife will come up next, but Sierra Church, who won this event here at home 2 weeks ago, and the freshman from North Carolina gets set. 9.925 is her target. That's what she did against the Tar Heels.
Double acro should be here. Back handspring step out to a layout. Step out. Big smile.
Just a perfect camera angle too, Toy. Really credit to our cameramen and women here.
Nice jump series there. Beat jump to a split 3/4. Single skill, side aerial. And to a woof jump. Good connection. Full turn. Last thing here should be the dismount. No problem so far. Looking for a stuck landing to match her career high. To round off, 1.5 twist. Oh, just takes that small hop out of it. Almost got that stuck landing, but super clean routine. No major deductions all throughout.
And the freshman has earned her spot as the beam anchor for a reason. Coach Smith calls her the clutchest we have on beam.
Nice back handspring, step out to a layout, step out. She's right on top of the beam there. And then another look at her dismount, round off 1.5, almost gets that stuck landing, but doesn't get it.
And so now the show as a final update comes from Metcha, and it's a 9.725. But Maggie Slife, 4-time Mountain West Gymnast of the Week, gets set on floor.
First pass, double pike, nicely done. Judges are not only looking for good tumbling elements, but also elements of artists. So that means good flow throughout the performance, nice leap skills. Skills must hit a 180 degree in order to get full credit for them. Anything lower will be a deduction. Beautiful there. That was a switch side to a popa, which is also known as a straddle full. That is her leap. That'll count as her double leap series. And again, like I mentioned, judges are looking for that 180 degree split.
Slife, a chance to reach nationals as an individual, as we get a beam score in from Church and a respectable 9.875.
Last pass, double tuck. Beautiful floor routine, showing so much control, not only in her tumbling passes, the landings, but also in her leap series. Nicely done.
Maggie Slife, she wants to be a fighter pilot. Certainly showed her aerial skills there as we take another look.
One and a half to a front layup, moves right out of it. Showing a little bit of difficulty there. And then the last pass, double tuck, chest completely straight up and down, takes that acceptable lunge, step out of it, and handles it really well.
And a couple exhibitions here for Clemson with Quinn Cool leading things off, a freshman who showed up on campus early. Started the first 6 meets on beam, and now we'll have a chance to work things out.
Another beautiful triple series. Back handspring to lay out step out. Right on top of the beam. Switch leg leap into immediate beat jump. Every gymnast on beam is also required to go down on the beam. A lot of gymnasts will do that as their mount. Some will do it in the middle of their beam routine, all just depends. Single skill, front toss to immediate beat jump.
Slife a 9.875, so she has yet to eclipse the 9.9 mark through 3 routines.
And Clemson finishes strong on beam, a little bit crooked on that round off, which is why she finished a little bit to the side of the balance beam instead of directly in front of it. But let's check out this triple series here. So difficult to do. Back handspring, layout, step out. And then another look at her dismount. You can see she is a little bit on the side of the beam on that round off, which is why she's a little bit crooked landing that 1.5 twist.
So there's our score in the bottom right as we stand. One more exhibition for Clemson, another freshman in Lily Kurak, but the Tigers keeping pace will need to have a strong floor exercise if they want to catch that target score of 197, won't they?
And we are in for a treat as Clemson heads to floor. It is the crowd favorite, it's the gymnast favorite, and then, of course, it's one of my favorite to watch.
So using my quick calculator math, Clemson will need a 49 or a 48.975 to get to that target score of 197. That'll put him back in the top 25 as we get set for the freshman from Florida, Lily Kurak.
Judges collaborating. Any potential discrepancies on that last performance. And when this happens, it's important for the gymnasts to stay in their bubble, to not let the outside environment affect their performance. So oftentimes when judges find discrepancies, it's because one judge might have missed a connection, which also means they might have missed a requirement, which also means that start values might differentiate.
Well, while we wait, I can give you an update on the all-around chase, and it is a tight one. Rebecca Wells, 29.625. Maggie Slife, 29.6. So fraction, hundredths of a difference with one more routine to go. That'll be a fun one to watch.
Air Force is going to finish on beam, which, like I mentioned earlier, Daniel, that some would say it's the most difficult event and the most difficult event to end on. And it's a nerve-wracking event.
That's where Slife slipped up on Sunday, a 9.125 on beam for those intrigued in the all-around race as we see Kurak now ready. Kuhl's score comes in at 9.7, the exhibition.
Back here, Teresa about to lay out, step out, dropped her left shoulder just a little bit, which is why she had to take that step to the side. That required full turn, a little bit of a balance check there. Front toss and a piked position. Harder to do as opposed to a tuck. Only thing left after this element should be the dismount. Looking for her to just land on her feet. Again, these exhibition performances are good for the athlete just to get exposure and experience, because at any time they can be thrown into the lineup. The round off, 1.5. Nicely done, and she did exactly what she sought out to do, which is a nailed routine.
One more look here from Kurak, the freshman, as she rounds out rotation 3.
There's that front toss, serving as a single element. And then the dismount, round off 1.5. No problems there.
So we will head to break. Come on back and chat a little bit about the ACC's new look and the ACC championship coming up next. This is Clemson versus Air Force on the ACC Network Extra. Well, we're through 3 rotations here in Littlejohn alongside Toy Garcia. I'm Daniel Gilman, and for those that haven't heard, it's been news all over, but from the gymnastics side of things, 2 top 25 additions in 2025, and well, Cal sits at number 2 in the nation right now.
That's right, we have 2 top 25 teams that are gonna join the ACC, and it's gonna make it a lot more competitive. I don't think, though, Clemson will have any issue handling them.
Toy, of course, you were at Auburn before all this realignment. What's the travel gonna be like having to go to California a few times a year?
You know, a lot of people say that gymnastics is more of a mental sport than it is physical, so it's definitely gonna require a lot of mental duration.
Let's focus on this season, though. Of course, the ACC, a sport that restarted in 1984, and with just 4 teams, we add a few more next year. NC State has been the team to beat, though. They finished a perfect season here in 2024. And of course, with the ACC championship coming up in Greensboro, a chance for Clemson to get some revenge against the Wolfpack.
Coach Smith said that their goal this year is to actually win ACCs. And she says they don't even feel like they've completely hit their full stride yet, so she's looking for everything to come together at the right time.
Of course, NC State, the only team to beat Clemson this season, and they did so twice in dual meets. What's it like when you have to try to beat a team 3 times?
I say if you've done it once, you can do it again 2 times over.
Well, that's one of the more famous sports proverbs. Always hard to beat a team 3 times. We'll see if Clemson can get the revenge. Meanwhile, rotation 4 coming up next. Clemson on the floor should be a spectacle here in Littlejohn. Stick with us here on the ACC Network Extra. Clemson officially a gymnastics town as the Tigers sell out Littlejohn for the 4th consecutive meet. 8,631 as we welcome you back alongside Toy Garcia. I'm Daniel Gilman. What an incredible number. 4 straight meets out of 5. You get a complete sellout as we get set for the final rotation, and Rebecca Wells looks to take home her 6th all-around title.
I mean, these fans are absolutely committed to Clemson gymnastics, and it's amazing to see it. The environment here, like we mentioned before, is absolutely incredible. Everyone is totally engaged, and just that energy, the girls are just feeding off of it.
What a 5-year stretch, right? You have softball inducted. They go to the regionals and host in their 2nd season. Now gymnastics is on pace for a trip to the regional stage and potentially nationals as well. Of course, women's lacrosse has been induced as well. And so as we take a look at a couple of the updates, a great uneven bars rotation is really what separated these 2 teams. And well, while the final score is all but decided, we've talked about it a bunch, Clemson is seeking a 197 to try to push themselves in the NQS rankings into that top 25. They will need at least a 49 on floor, but we get things started with the freshman Clara Wallace on beam. Career high of 9.850 for the Missouri native.
Starting her beam routine, down on the beam. Leap pass here, switch leg leap to a split jump. Here's her double acro series, back handspring triple, back handspring layout. Single element, front toss. She is solid so far. Here's the required full turn. No problems there. Only thing left should be the dismount. No major deductions so far. Really been absolutely confident on this event, and then does that gainer full off the side of the beam, sticks that landing. Really an excellent job from Air Force.
Couple of their contingent that made the trip as we get another look.
Here's that triple series again. Back handspring layout, right on top of the beam. You can see the judge smiling, actually. She was excited to see that too. And that dismount, gainer full off the side of the beam, sticks that landing. Good job from Air Force.
And so Clemson will lead things off with the sophomore from Anderson and Madison Minner. 9.8 or higher in all three of her rotations this season on floor.
First pass here. Getting the crowd hype. First pass should be a double pike, and it's a front handspring double full. That is an E-level skill, one of the most difficult ones that you can perform. Already maxing out with the very first pass. Handled that with no problem. Gearing up for the second pass here. Front 1.5 to a layout step out. And she's a two-pass routine. The crowd is so excited. That was a great performance. Let's take another look here at her first pass. The front handspring, front double twist. Like I mentioned, that's an E-level skill, one of the most difficult you can perform. And then her last pass, front handspring, 1.5 to a back layout step out.
Not to mention, you play Eye of the Tiger here in Clemson, and you're going to get a great reception as we get the update from Wallace. 9.825, and this is the important one for the all-around competition, is Maggie Slife with a 9.125 on beam on Sunday, so she'll look to bounce back.
Here's the acro series, back handspring step out to layout, step out, solid, right on top of the beam. Leap series should be next here. Oh, it's at a front tuck. Service her single skill. A little bit of a balance check there. Dropped her right shoulder. That'll be a couple tenths. Switch leg leap into a straddle quarter. Last skill here should be the dismount. Just looking for her to land on her feet. A stuck landing would be even better. Round off, 1.5, sticks that landing. A little bit of a balance checks here and there, but finishes very strongly with that stuck landing.
The freshman from Wisconsin.
Nice back handspring step out to a layout step out as her double acro. And then the dismount here, stuck landing, round off 1.5.
So Sleif's night is done, and Molly Arnold, the redshirt sophomore from Minnesota, who has competed on floor in every meet this season. Meanwhile, Minner, the walk-on, gets her career high with a 9.9.
First pass, full in, E-level skill. She just moves right out of it. Nice leap series there. So far, a dynamic floor routine. Got one more pass in her. Should be her double acro. It's a 2.5 twist to a immediate punch front. That's another E-level skill. So jam-packed with difficulty, unbelievable. That's exactly right, Daniel.
Oh, and a salute on Military Appreciation Night.
She is nothing less than excited about that performance, as she should be. Jam-packed with difficulty. Take another look at her first pass here. It's a full in, E-level skill. She gets so much height off the floor, moves right out of it, and then again, her last pass, the 2.5 punch front. Looks like it was easy.
She won the event against NC State last month with a 9.95, so we'll stay tuned as Maggie Sleif's 9.825 comes in. So the chance for Wells to take the all-around as Kylie Green makes her entrance into this meet. Sophomore from Oklahoma. Coming off of a couple 9.5, 9.6 scores on beam, and
interesting skill there. She did a one leg back handspring step out to immediate layout step out. Double acro, double leap series. That's a switch leg leap to switch leg leap. Good connection there. Layout, step out. Last thing here should be her dismount. Hoping for a stuck landing. Round off. 1.5, gets that stuck landing. She is super excited about that.
oh, now my music starts. Oh, Miami rhythm here as you see Green's replay.
Nice back handspring step out to layout, step out. Round off, 1.5, sticks that landing. Nicely done, good performance.
And so we give the floor to Eve Jackson, chasing a 9.9 career high as the floor update comes for Molly Arnold and a 9.925 for the sophomore.
Totally deserved. First pass here should be an E-level skill. It's a full in, OMG. So much amplitude and height off the floor. Clemson is just jam-packed with difficulty. The majority of their girls have E-level skills in their floor routine. So impressive.
And Coach Smith calls Jackson a fine tuner who has really been focusing on specifics in terms of calming under pressure.
Second pass here. Front through to double tuck. dances right out of it. Super energetic floor routine, excellent tumbler. The crowd is pleased. They're hoping for a 10. Let's take another look here. First pass, huge full twisting double back. She completes almost a full flip before she starts twisting. So hard to do. And then here, her double acro series, double acro pass front through to round up back handspring double tuck. Smiling as she moves right out of into her dance.
Back over to bars, finishing off an all-around for the first time. It's Ayla McKean as Kylie Green's score of 9.75 registers in.
Beat jump to woof jump. Solid connection there. There's her acro series. Back handspring step out to layout step out. That's a 5/10 deduction. You can see she kind of finished on the side of the beam. It's important for her to finish this routine strong. You never know which routine might count.
Floor update coming in. Jackson with a 9.85. 3 strong scores thus far from Clemson on the floor.
Nice leap series there. Straddle jump to a straddle quarter, showing that 180 split the judges are looking for. Here's a dismount, gainer off the front of the beam, sticks that laning, and it's too bad she could not complete that double acro series to give what could have been a super solid performance.
So the stage is set. One more look here at the dismount.
There's the dismount, gainer off the front of the beam, no issues there.
And look at the coach, the biggest fan, Jennifer Green. And so Rebecca Wells needs more than a 9.8 to take home her 6th all-around title of the year.
First pass, looking for a big E-level skill here. Round up back handspring, full in, absolutely solid. She just never misses. She is always on point. Taking a little bit of a dance break here. Like I mentioned earlier, floor was always my favorite. Gives you the chance to show some personality. Allows you to engage with your fans in the crowd. Huge leap skills there. Last pass here. Round off, 1.5 to back handsprings. Double full. Just skill after skill after skill. And she just absolutely nails it.
Oh, this place is on fire. Coach Smith firing up the crowd as well.
First pass, huge E-level full in. Nails it, just pops right out into her lunge. Showing a lot of control, and then let's check this out. Skill after double twisting skill. And finishes with that big smile.
Well, yeehaw, 9.95 2 weeks ago here at home against UNC. That was a career high. Certainly will get her a 9.8 or more, and Wells will be our all-around champ as Kimberly Kincaid gets set over on balance beam. And while we wait on the judges, let's go ahead and take a look at the points of emphasis on beam.
Here's what the judges are looking for: dance and acro skills, connections, making sure there's no break in between elements that are meant to be connected, and then of course balance, staying right on top of the beam, no balance checks.
Now a beam score comes, and McKean down at 9.325. So a chance for Kincaid, the lone senior on the squad, coming off of 3 straight meets without balance beam. So we'll see how she can do.
Acro series, back handspring, step out to layout, step out. She saves that, but that will be at minimum a 3/10 deduction because she completely collapsed at the hips. You can see she kind of folded in half when she's meant to finish straight up and down.
Wells comes in at a 9.875, which will be good for about a 39.5 and give her the all-around title.
Finishing up here, beat jump to a split jump to an immediate split 3/4. Last thing here should be the dismount, looking for a stuck landing. It's a gainer off the front of the beam. She does get that stick a little bit squirrely there with her chest up and down. She was making sure she got that. She did get that stick, but it'll be a couple tenths because of the movement of the upper body.
So you see the score on the bottom right. Bree Clark gets set for Clemson. The Tigers are seeking about 9.43 more to get to that 197 mark.
Looking to build off Rebecca's Wells 9.875, getting us going with some boys to men. Opening pass here, double layout, E-level skill, such a huge skill.
And so this floor routine for Bree Clark is an evolution of her freshman year. It's something that Coach Smith was really excited to talk about and includes the fans more than any other one.
Getting the student section hype as she dances to them.
That little shimmy shake there. Clemson has a real chance of setting a new season high in overall score. It was 197.35.
She's got one pass left here. The front layout to a front full to an immediate front tuck, sticks it. And the crowd goes wild.
That might do it, Toy. They have one more run. But if Bree Clark can put together something in the 9.8, 9.9 range, Clemson will set a new season high as we take another look.
First pass here. Huge double layout, E-level skill, major. And then last pass, double acro, front layout, front full to immediate front tuck, and just sticks it.
Look at Coach in the background. The fans stopped chanting 10. Coach Smith came out and said, keep going, keep going. As Gabriella Hartley set to round out beam, Kincaid with a 9.475. That one will have to stick. And hold on a second. Fans are very ready for this Clemson floor score to come in. 2 10s have already been reported.
Air Force, 5/10 deduction there.
Scores coming in for Bree Clark, and it is just shy of a 10. Would have been the first 10 in Clemson history. But one judge gave her a 9.90. The other three went perfect 10. And so here's the update. Bree Clark with a new career high 9.95. And what that does is give Clemson the highest overall in program history by a large margin, 197.525. And Lily Lippett still gets to go.
Such a well-deserved score from them. I know Coach has been waiting to break that 197 barrier. Not only did they break it, they surpassed it with flying colors. Like I mentioned earlier, Air Force at the beginning of this routine had a fall. It'll be 5/10 deduction. Dismount here. Gainer full off the side of the beam. Sticks the landing. Again, has that fall, but recovers nicely.
So we take another look at the dismount as Air Force's meet is done. A reminder that we will stay on air after the broadcast to watch the senior night presentation of Caitlin de Guzman. And now, Lily Lippett will wrap things up with an exhibition to follow. Ooh, a little Pink Panther.
First pass. Double tuck, wow, huge. Crowd is clapping along with Lippett. Taking a dance break here. Switch side to a splashdown. Should be her last and final pass here. Just looking for her to land on her feet. To a front full, moves right out of it, handles that with no problem. Nicely done from Lippett.
And a phenomenal floor routine, at least a 49.5. We'll see if Lippett's able to punch one out.
First pass here, huge double tuck. Gets a lot of height, amplitude off the floor. And then her last pass here, a triple acro, double acro, double twisting skills back to back.
So we have an exhibition, Peyton Jenkins on beam. And a beam update with Hartley's 9.3 to round things out. So Air Force will finish with a 1.946. Meanwhile, Clemson sets a new season high on bars with a 49.4 and a new season high overall. Still waiting Lippett's final score.
Five-10 deduction there from Air Force on her acro series. Backhand step out to layout, step out. Switch leg leap to a split half. Front aerial, slips on the side of the beam. Looks like she might have hit her chest just a little bit. That'll be 5/10. Regrouping with head coach Telling her to take a deep breath, just relax.
That's great to see. A perfect showcase of how to coach. Meanwhile, here's the final score of this meet that matters. Lippett 9.925. And so the floor routine comes in with a new career high for Lily Lippett. And Clemson finishes with a remarkable 1976, a new season and program high.
Air Force finishes with a 1.5 dismount. Does take that step to the side, have a little bit of difficulty there, but got through the performance.
And so now we get to have a little bit of fun with an exhibition in Maggie Holman, freshman from Raleigh, with a career high 9.9 set against NC State.
Having some fun with those dance moves as she moves into her first pass here. Front handspring, front double full. E-level skill. Taking a little bit of a dance break here. Leap series. Switch side to a Popa. Seeing her teammates cheer her on. Getting the crowd engaged and involved, clapping along with her as she gears up for her last and final pass. Last pass here. Front handspring, front 1.5 to a layout step out. Looks like she might have buckled in her knees in between those two skills, but recovers very nicely.
Nevertheless, a memorable finish to an unbelievable home season. One last look at Maggie Holman.
First pass, huge E-level skill, front handspring, front double full. And then her last pass here, notice a little bit of buckle at the knee, just ever so slightly, but recovers just fine.
Clemson victorious to round out their home season, the 8th win of the year, and a 1.976 that will pump that NQS up. And Coach Smith, she had a target range of 1.97, obliterating the career highs and season highs on both bar and overall, and they finished with a 49.575 on floor. Toy, final thought from an unbelievable inaugural season here at home.
Yeah, one thing I'll say about Clemson from start to finish, I was here at their very first meet here, calling the meet, and the energy between the crowd, the fans, and even the gymnasts has never stopped. I mean, it's just been consistent all throughout season, which is so hard to do for these young athletes, competing every Friday, week after week. Clemson is really showing us what they have in the ACC. I'm really excited for postseason for them.
Tigers hit the road to number 10 UCLA a week from tomorrow to wrap up their regular season. Then the ACC Championship March 23rd. Rebecca Wells wins the all-around with a 39.5, her 6th title of the year. For Toy Garcia and our entire crew here, Kurt Sutton, the producer, Trey Morrow, the director, I'm Daniel Gilman saying so long from Little John Coliseum on this Friday night. Have a good one.
As we transition to our senior night celebration, we first want to recognize the seniors from Air Force that are here with us tonight. First, from Milne, New Jersey, Kimmy Kincaid. And next, from Frisco, Texas, Grace Nelson. Congratulations to both of you on your senior season and all your accomplishments, and thank you for your service. And now, please turn your attention to the video board for a special tribute to our graduating gymnast, Caitlin de Guzman.
Goose, thank you. I just want to thank you for taking the chance with us at Clemson as we were building something. I think that you really saw kind of our vision and our hopes, and you came here and you 100% committed yourself and gave everything that you had. I will definitely miss our time working together over there on bars. Your bubbly personality, that smile every day, your commitment to everything, the little details, your academics, what you did for us as a social representation of Clemson. We can't thank you enough for everything that you've done for us, and we'll always be fans of you.
Caitlin, congrats on an incredible gymnastics career. I'm so proud of you, and it has been such an honor to be a small part of your journey. Thank you for taking a chance on Clemson and closing out your collegiate career here. Your energy every day will truly be missed, and your smile is so infectious. You light up every room that you're in. I know that the best is yet to come, and Clemson will always be a home away from home for you. Enjoy tonight, and I can't wait for the rest of the season with you. Go Tigers!
Oh my gosh, happy senior night. The last puzzle piece, the last commitment to the legendary Team One was you, and just so happy, excited, and appreciative of you choosing to close out your career with us. It means so much. and you have just been such a bright part of this team. Love your enthusiasm, love your energy, and just excited to watch you attack and take on the world once you graduate here, and so grateful that you've been a part of Team One. Love you, Doozy.
Hey Giz, we are super proud of you. We know this is your last year doing gymnastics, and we just want you to know that we're proud of everything that you've accomplished in gymnastics, in school. Graduating with a 4.0 summa cum laude is a big, accomplishment, and coming to Clemson on a 5th-year scholarship, you really made all of us very proud of you. You're an inspiration to all the young kids that are looking up to you, and everybody loves you. You're just that kind of person where everybody gravitates to, and they just love seeing you smile and see you happy, and we believe that Clemson has brought you that too. Congratulations on a great team, on a great season, and we'll always be here for you.
I love you. That's it.
We love you. From Mikey, Dad, and me.
We're proud of you.
Yes.
Caitlin de Guzman is a graduate transfer from Kentucky who used her final year of eligibility as a member of Team One. At Clemson, de Guzman competed as a bar specialist, setting a season high with a 9.925 at tonight's meet. The Dallas, Texas native has competed in all 9 meets for the Tigers in their inaugural season and has helped Clemson record over a 49.0 on bars in 6 meets. While at Clemson, de Guzman has been a member of Power Women's Leadership Academy, interns with Senior Women's Administrator Stephanie Ellison-Johnson, and works at the Student Athlete Recovery Center. She is set to graduate in August 2024 with a master's degree in athletic leadership and carries a 4.0 GPA. Caitlin is joined tonight by her